Good evening, Acadiana. Well, it's weather to open the show once again, but so far so good with respect to the severe storms. Very strong storm system moving on through, but as we take a look at the latest status board here, flood watch continues, but it probably could be dropped farther to the west. Tornado watch has been dropped for Vermilion, Lafayette, St. Landry parishes on westward. Still in effect for upper and lower St. Martin parishes, Iberia Parish and St. Mary Parish through midnight tonight, but may end sooner, at least perhaps for Iberia and we'll say upper St. Martin Parish. So no warnings going here currently other than some flood warnings up north and east of Point Coupee Parish into portions of Mississippi, and still a pretty strong squall line moving on through, but the severe weather threat ending with that leading line of storms. Behind it, we still have more rainfall. In fact, the squall line has slowed down in the last hour or so, so rain totals piling up. Probably a couple of inches of rain in the last hour across a good part of Vermilion, Lafayette, and upper St. Martin Parish. So we'll continue to watch that. No severe cells at this point. There could be some small hail mixed in with some of the storms. And again, that severe weather threat may still continue for the eastern parishes, but overall, it looks like we're going to get through this weather event pretty much unscathed, although we did get reports of some damaging winds up around the Basile area and outside of Acadiana, which we'll recap coming up in the main weathercast. So coming up, we'll talk more about the rainfall, what's up for next, and there's some cold air on the horizon just a little bit more than a week away. We'll have details on that and the True View forecast coming up in just a bit.
Have you ever started feeling down when the weather gets gloomy? I'm Darcy Ortiq reporting for Acadiana's news channel, and some professional counselors tell me decluttering your space and organizing your environment are simple ways to help you feel better whenever you're feeling under the weather. People living across Louisiana and the Mississippi coast are bracing for severe weather, and for some, when it rains, it pours.
Really just depends. I mean, if you get emotional whenever it's gloomy weather, I would suggest, having some chamomile tea.
23-year-old Dakota Richard recognizes the impact rainy and cloudy days may have on mental health.
Sometimes I'll get some of the January blues whenever it's a little bit gloomy outside. For me, I would say January blues means that you might not want to get to that last basket of laundry. You see the dishes piling up a little bit, and you know that you should, but you don't. And sometimes I feel like that's a little bit of personal development and growth in itself. Sometimes just being okay whenever things aren't okay.
Acceptance. That's the message licensed professional counselor Paul Kerner is trying to spread to his patients. Weather is just one factor of life that people cannot control.
Probably has an extremely wide range of how it can impact how we feel. Everything from waking up and realizing it's raining outside and having to walk to our car or truck and in the rain, and then we're wet and stressed out on the way to work, or we're wet and sitting in a traffic jam.
Kerner believes the weather impacts where we live, the people we interact with, and even relocation decisions. However, he says there are solutions to help uplift your mood, even when the sun is down.
Call somebody, text somebody, make sure you're having contact with somebody on a daily basis. I would also say take a hot bath, take a hot shower, do something to take care of yourself, but also to treat yourself as well.
Counselor Kerner says everyone should put their mental health and well-being first and seek a little therapy. I'm Darcy Ortiq reporting for Acadiana's news channel, KATC TV3.
From frigid air to ice and snow, cold temperatures can take a toll on our bodies.
We shunt blood flow to the central kind of core of our body in an attempt to stay warm.
Dr. Christopher Bozzoli is an emergency physician at Cleveland Clinic. He says this time of year, doctors not only see rises in ER visits for respiratory viruses as more people seek refuge inside from the cold, but also frostbite and hypothermia. Bozzoli says what you wear can help keep you safe. Protect the parts of your body most vulnerable to frostbite, like toes, fingers, nose, and ears, by dressing in warm, dry clothing.
Lots of layers, and especially the layers close to your skin. You want to have breathable fabrics if possible, especially if you're engaging in activity
Mazzoli says a sudden change in temperature and humidity can also irritate certain medical conditions like asthma. He says to make sure you have enough medicine on hand, and if you use an electric medical device, make sure you have a way to back it up if the power goes out. He says to also be aware of how you heat your home.
We don't want to run any engine-operated equipment or gas or propane-powered heating devices indoors because of the risk of carbon monoxide.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Well, it is the beginning of the end for Parish President Larry Richard. I'm Anna Fisher, your Iberia Parish reporter, here at the Iberia Parish Courthouse, where Richard has taken his oath of office, beginning his third and final term as Iberia Parish President. The swearing-in ceremony took place at 9 a.m. on Monday in Courtroom A. Friends, family, and community members all witnessing the 14 councilpersons taking their oath of office. 3 new faces were sworn in for the first time as well. Dustin Swear, District 7, Brock Pellerin, District 10, and Cayman Crapel, District 13. The ceremony was administered by Louisiana Supreme Court Chief Justice John Weimer.
Chief Justice is a very good friend of mine. He actually swore me in when I first got elected. And I wanted to make sure that if it was possible for him to be here to swear me in today. He's an unbelievable judge. I think the world of him. We have very, very good people representing us in this state and as far as our judicial system, and he is one of the best.
The next parish council meeting takes place next Wednesday, January 17th. Reporting in New Iberia, I'm Anna Fisher, KATC TV3.
It's that time of year to laissez bon temps rouler. I'm Paris Flanagan, your San Andre Parish reporter, and one local boutique in Eunice is gearing up for carnival season with a splash of traditional fabrics.
I call them in, they come in and they dance and they do all kind of crazy things. They ask for money, they climb the trees, they crawl through the drain pipes.
Courrier de Mardi Gras, it's called.
They do all kind of crazy things for that chicken.
Capitaine Patrick Fry says it's a Mardi Gras tradition where runners beg on foot for gumbo ingredients and money.
They got to chase it, keep chasing it till they catch it.
And these runners are catching those chickens in style.
The costumes that are here are the ones that I've made, with the exception of one.
Here at Buku, a boutique in downtown Eunice, members from the association come and decorate the storefront windows with these traditional Mardi Gras costumes that carry a century-old tradition.
Sansu, they beg for anything they can get, and nickels and stuff, and they bring it to the front, and the captain puts it in a bag.
Handmade and stitched with bright and festive colors and unique patterns, runners dress head to toe in these costumes.
So that you can go out and act the couillon, and no one knows who you are.
There is a century-old tradition behind